All right. So, in closing, for the people that know me and the people that don't know me, I just want everybody to know that I am very committed to the residents of the Village of Jackson to make the best decisions possible to make this the best place that we can for us to live and work and play. Like I said, I've been here all my life. I consider myself fiscally responsible. Over the last 2 years of being at board meetings, I've asked questions that nobody else has asked over the years, and I continue to keep doing that if I get reelected. I plan to keep people accountable. I plan to also look at different ways for us to grow, but grow responsibly. A community has to grow. A community that doesn't grow or shrinks is not a healthy community, but we have to do it correctly, and we have to do it so there's not that financial burden to the taxpayers for that growth. Again, smart growth, keep everything in the village a great way of life, to be able to have the parks, the good emergency services that we provide to the village, but at the same time remain fiscally responsible. One of the biggest things tonight was taxes. Yes, I agree. We need to keep them in check. The way to do that is to maintain a pulse on the money that's being spent and to keep an eye on everything, but at the same time still functioning and providing the best services that we possibly can. So, in a nutshell, I still want to be, and I want to continue serving this village as village trustee. So I'm pleased asking you to go out and vote for me on or before April 5th if you're going to do early voting. Thank you.
John Krupke.
Thank you. I've been involved in village, I hate to say this, politics, which is a nasty word these days, since 1976. I have not done it for any pat on my back or pat on my shoulder. I've done it because I grew up in this community. The community has treated me fine with the businesses we have in town, treated my family fine. And it's a way I can return some of this back to the village. I've got history, which once in a while is good, once in a while is bad, but it's there. I think I still have enough gas in my tank that I can serve another 2 years on the village board. And again, as Brian said, as a business owner, I have always made my decisions what benefits the village, not what benefits any special interest group or what benefits me. It's a community responsibility if you're going to be on this board. And again, I would appreciate your vote, whenever you vote, whether it's early voting or April 5th. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Okay. One of the main top priorities is taxes, to keep taxes low and to continue to work in that direction to keep taxes low. Continuing to support our staff and trying to bring in the input from the residents to help make those departments better also. Back in end of 2018, beginning of 2019, I was approached to head a support group for the referendum to help get a new Jackson school. That failed. It was probably the first year that it ever passed in the village of Jackson from all the work that we all put into that. So using that, many people wanted me to run for this. So that's how I got into this initially in 2020, and happy to be here. And, I hope in the next couple of years we can do another referendum, and I will support that, and we will continue to work for that to keep that in our community. Yes, it affects your taxes. Yes, it will affect your taxes a little bit. It comes down to about one meal out a year. That's how much it's going to affect your taxes. So I encourage those people when that time comes to go to those tours, to hear those speeches and to hear that information on how it will affect you individually instead of just making the decision of no, and to listen to hear about it more. Thank you. Please vote for me April 5th.
Tracy, thank you very much. Debbie Kurtz, final comments this evening.
The people that know me know I'm a no holes barred person, and I call it like I see it. And the biggest reason I want to get back on the board is that I'm very scared our taxes are going to skyrocket. I'm very scared. And maybe I shouldn't be, but I'm very scared. And there's a lot of people that have come and talked to me about the possibility of huge increase in taxes and that they're just going to have to sell their homes and leave. And I don't want to see any of that happen. Like I said, I've been here for 23 years. I've loved living in the village of Jackson. And this is where I'd like my home to be. But I want to be able to afford to stay here. And while I don't have a house payment anymore, I still have a tax payment. And when you're paying $4,300 for a 0.28 acres in Jackson, I'm sorry, it's pretty expensive, and I don't want to see it go any higher, or I will be forced to have to move. I'm very proud of a lot of what the board has done. I was also instrumental in helping. Voting on the municipal building. I did not vote on the village hall to be moved. If I remember correctly, I was the only one that voted no against it. We didn't need to spend that extra money. That building, it doesn't matter now, but that building we had is only 3 years old or something like that. And I'm a if it's not broke, don't fix it girl. That's just the way I am. So I'd love to get back on the board, and I'd love to get back on the Budget and Finance Committee. I like being involved in my village. And if I don't achieve that, I still will be helpful in this village. So please vote for me on April, I believe it's the 5th. Thank you.